Hello and welcome to this podcast edition of Sam's Alternatives with me, Sam. Episode 76. I will be shortly chatting to Ash and also Anthony from Sydney electronic pop rock band 51st Avenue, who dropped Self Sabotage featuring Rin Rin only a week ago. With new releases since last episode, we have had Cheapskate Virtues, 51st Avenue, In Throws, Victoria K, Grimlock, Saving Face, Social Hijack, Sintra, Osiris Lights, Night Dive, Nothing Sacred, Melting, Latent Sense, Dive Down, among others. Interviews coming up Tuesday the 9th of June, Deep Majestic Thunder. Also, Monday the 15th of June is The Local Romance. Sunday the 21st of June, Shell of Me. Sunday the 28th of June, Plague of the Fallen. Saturday the 4th of July, Only at the Movies. Sunday the 12th of July is Dinley Jones. Saturday the 25th of July, The Deadbeats. Also, Saturday the 22nd of August is Cultist. And then Tuesday the 25th of August is Black Pepper Band. So plenty of interviews coming up. 51st Avenue are in the lobby. I'll let them in. Let's start this conversation. Evening, Ash and Anthony. How are we going?
Hello.
Oh, perfect visual, perfect audio. I can hear you like clear as day on my end.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
What's my audio like on your end? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't believe it's a week already since Self Sabotage has dropped, or not even a week, actually.
Not even a week.
Not even a week.
It's been like 4 days, 5 days. 5 days, I think, because it was Thursday last week. Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever interviewed a band where their latest release hasn't even been 7 days old yet, or there's not been many.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
Yeah. It's been a pretty wild ride the last 5 days, I'll tell you that. Yeah, we hit 10,000 streams yesterday, so that's just been absolutely phenomenal.
Because last I checked, it was about 9,000 already for it, and I'm thinking that's very impressive. But
Yeah.
10,000, fucking hell, that's... I don't know what that is a day, but that's a lot.
It's
a lot.
I worked it out to be about one listen every 45 seconds.
Far out.
Yeah.
Your maths is a lot better than mine at this time of night, Ash. I think I would have fucked that up if I tried to put an estimate on.
No, I just used a calculator.
Your secret's safe.
No.
Oh, okay.
No AI.
No AI.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a surprise. I think AI is something that we all use. I know I've delved in a bit of AI. I try not to as much as possible, but I think there's certain things you can't stay away from AI with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually starting to look at exiting the IT industry because of AI. And I think when it comes to AI, it's just an unfortunate truth that it's here to stay, and it is a tool. And much like, the farm hands 100 years ago when tractors came in, we have to use it as a tool. It is what it is. Welcome to 2026. Well, there's nothing new you can really do about it.
No, and working in hospitality as I do, I'm seeing a lot of it, not in where I work, but in other restaurants in Victoria and around Gippsland, where I'm from, that are now starting to use AI to take orders or take plates away from the table. And it's just like, no one's going to like that because people want to talk to an actual person at the table.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yep.
But what can you do about it? As you said, Ash, I mean, welcome to 2026. It's the way of the future.
Yeah. I don't think AI is going to end very well at all. I think it's going to be a rough couple years, but yeah, I think in 5 to 10 years time, we'll come out the other end of this whole AI, whatever we're in a much better place.
You say bad, you mean like movie bad? Like things are going to start shooting at us and stuff?
I think things are going to become a little bit like Idiocracy, if you've ever seen that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it, no.
You need to watch it. Yeah, you need to watch that movie. That's a great one.
Yeah. Yeah, from 2006, I think it came out.
2006.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
How you remember that?
I'll look
20
it up
years
today.
ago. I can't even remember what I did 20 months ago, let alone 20 years
No,
ago.
Yeah,
no. I don't remember 2006, that's for sure.
yeah, yeah. How have you been?
Yeah, been well. Of course, I got to see 51st Avenue. When was that? It was at the Pay What You Wish. I'm trying to think, was that April or May this year? I
Oh,
can't remember.
Before then, that
no,
was like
was it?
March.
Was it
Nah,
March? Fuck, I didn't
nah.
realise it was that long ago.
I think it must have been April. Well, Ash is normally good with these
Oh,
things.
actually, I think you might be onto something, Ash, because I reckon I had something else on that night. That was
Mm,
Danger Den's EP launch. I reckon Ash is right. I
Oh,
reckon it was March.
all
About the
right.
yeah,
7th or something, I think.
that's right. Yeah,
Oh,
March the 7th. Yeah.
So,
whoa,
what's that? Nearly 3 months ago? No.
Uh,
that's
one,
fast.
2, 3. Yeah, almost 3 months ago.
That is fast as.
Yeah,
Feels like 3 days ago the rate 2026 is going. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
now isn't it a bit of a coincidence that you're playing Melbourne again on June 7, another 7,
that's
Yeah.
right.
with
Yeah,
Besties and Loose End? It only got announced in the last day or so.
yeah. It's been something that like we've had on our radar for a little while. And we were absolutely over the moon when the request came through. So, yeah,
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 it's gonna be good. We're playing on Friday night as well in Sydney. So we're doing that the whole weekend drive down and
yeah,
Friday night show, drive down, Sunday night show, drive back up, long
yeah.
weekend. It's gonna be great.
And then we're back in Melbourne again, July the 3rd.
Is
Uh,
that's Tiny Red House's EP
yeah,
launch, I think.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And Loose End are playing that show as well with us.
wow. And I'm a big fan of both Loose End and Tiny Red Houses, and I love 51st Avenue because that was actually the first time I'd ever seen 51st Avenue live.
Mm, yeah.
Oh, and we didn't bring the Titan tubes for that show.
No, we didn't. We didn't. But rest assured, I've been working on brand new stage lighting. So when we come down on the 7th, we'll be in full force.
I'm gonna see how I pull up after ticked off on Sunday in Bendigo. If I'm not too knackered, I might make an appearance at Burke Street Courtyard in Melbourne. Maybe, but we'll have to wait and see.
No worries.
No worries. Yeah, we'd love to see you there, but we understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you never know. Like I say, I won't go to a gig the next day, and 8 times out of 10, I probably will.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
It's
I'll
that.
just see how I go. But no, I've loved being able to see 51st Avenue, but also this interview was actually lined up back in March at that very Melbourne show where I did actually briefly talk to Ash.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because I remember Coach telling me,
Mm.
like, he was like, oh, if you spoke to the 51st Avenue guys about an interview, and at that stage, I hadn't actually thought, all right, when am we going to fit in the interview? Because at that stage, it was getting a bit chaotic with interviews coming up. And then I looked at June, I'm like, at that stage, I didn't actually have any lined up for June.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you know what? The scheduling couldn't have probably been any better at all. With our release last week, like this is yeah, the best time.
I could have done it Thursday last week, but that might have been
Uh,
like, well, what's the response been like for, self sabotage in the question? It's like, well, it's only been out 12 hours. Can't really answer that.
Yeah, well, if you
wh-
if you did this last Thursday, you would have seen us like this on our iPad, just like refreshing the
yeah,
refreshing the screen to see how many listens it was up to, you know?
yeah. But I mean, we kind of can answer it, even though it's only been 5 days. The response has been out of this world. It's been
Yeah.
the biggest response we've ever had. We've had people in the industry, out of the industry contact us. Um, just saying about how crazy like this song is, that it's just the best thing we've ever done. That we're on a whole new level now. So it's really been it's been a wild ride, I'll tell you that. And you know, now we're kind of like, well, hopefully the rest of the EP can stand up to what this track has become, because the last thing that we want to do is sort of take a step backwards. We want to always be moving forwards.
Mm.
And I think adding Rin Rin to it, like anything Rin Rin does at the moment, whether it's her own music, whether it's with Wind Waker on Click, it just seems like she's so good
Mm.
at being the person as the featured artist.
Yep.
Yeah, we wanted to have a feature artist on the EP, and it was really difficult to try to figure out who we wanted. And Rin Rin was our first choice, and we were just so stoked and so blessed that she said yes. Um, from the moment that we conceived the track in the garage to getting it recorded with Mark, it leveled up with Mark,
Mm.
and then we sent it over to Rin Rin, and then it leveled up even again, just with her parts added on. So we were blown away when it came back, and yeah, we just want to say a massive thank you to Rin Rin for making the track what it is.
Mm.
I love a good collaboration, and I think 2026 has really created not only amazing local music, but some of the best collaborations I've heard in years. And I think, yeah, like both collaborations she's done this year, I think honestly, Self Sabotage is better than Click. But in saying that, she works in so well with both tracks.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's something really approachable about her sound, it's incredible. But it's that alternative sort of music, right? Like I'll show my work colleagues and stuff previous releases. And whenever you show them a different song that's just like not radio pop, they're always kind of like politely listening. But then somehow with this Rin Rin song, even with her screams, they're like, wow, this is awesome. Like,
Mm.
ah, okay. You guys don't let me choose the radio, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. It's
There's
great.
also a thing at the moment I felt that the music scene, the female vocalist or female featured artist is actually making a good impression and a comeback because like Rin Rin and Future Static and obviously Kat being the vocalist of 51st Avenue, Red Hawk, Last Martyr, I could go on obviously.
Mhm.
But I think it's great to see it's not just male dominant as vocalists in any genre of music.
Mm.
Yeah, I think we're really seeing a throwback, or not a throwback, but more of a flashback to the early 2000s, when the scene was really dominated with like Evanescence and Paramore, and then you obviously had, the Deftones boys doing their thing. And like I was at university a couple years ago, and I'll say that the resurgence of Deftones amongst the 18 to 21-year-olds is absolutely massive right now.
Mm.
Um, you only have to look at um, Bring Me the Horizons releases from last year, and they've got one or two tracks that I mistook for being Deftones songs. And so I really think that that type of music, that early 2000s new metal, is really coming back, and it's coming back with a vengeance. Um,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
No,
Oh,
bring it back, as I
it's
say.
Yeah.
I mean, Deftones. I actually saw Deftones a few weeks ago here at Rod Laver, and
mm,
I was surprised by how many sort of 18 to 25-year-olds were actually at the gig because I thought
yeah.
Deftones, well, Around the Fur came out in 97 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought maybe 40 to 50-year-olds would be there, but I reckon the younger ones outnumbered the old ones.
That's great.
That's exactly right. And that's exactly what I saw when I was at uni. You know, they love those early albums. Around the Fur, White Pony seems to be the number one.
Mm.
Um, you know, and then sort of the newer stuff they're not that too into. But yeah, I love Around the Fur. That's my number one album.
Did Around the Fur have change in it? How's
Nah, that was White
what?
Pony.
Yeah.
Uh, just My Own Summer and Be Quiet and Drive were on Around the Fur.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Both killer albums, and Change is personally probably one of my favourite Deftones songs.
100%. When I was learning guitar back in the so Anthony taught me how to play guitar
Oh, come on, man. Come
back
on.
when we were in high school. And
Now I'm the bassist.
yeah. And yeah, a couple of years later I ended up moving to Brisbane, and then after I moved to Brisbane I learnt the entire Around the Fur album from front to back. That was just my favorite album. And yeah, now my stage guitar is a Deftones guitar, and I wouldn't have it any other
Wow,
way. Yeah.
Mm.
impressive.
Yeah.
It is nice singing that guitar, let alone
Yeah.
hearing it.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
that.
Oh, is this the longest I've gone without actually introducing Anthony and Ash? Because I have said 51st Avenue about 5 times already in this interview, but
Yeah.
I haven't actually mentioned that Ash and Anthony are actually 2 of the 4 members of 51st Avenue. From Sydney, the electronic pop rock. No, that's what Triple J Unearthed says, but
Mhm.
It's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to put a genre on us. Um, and I think like our Spotify bio and Apple Music, our streaming bios are probably most accurate where it's polyamorous. Like we don't stick to a specific genre. We all like our own individual music, but when it comes together, it seems to be a blend of, hard rock, pop, bit of electronic stuff as well. It's great.
because in the sounds like on Triple J Unearthed, I can see what they're saying, like with, Bring Me the Horizon, Halsey, Linkin Park, Tonight Alive. I can see a lot of similarities with those influences there, especially Bring Me. I
Yeah.
think, yeah. Because, as you said earlier, Bring Me the Horizon can do anything. They're that talented.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Bring Me is probably one of our biggest influences when it comes to like the rock side of things. Um, we always, sort of look to see what they've recently released and sort of use that as a little bit of a inspiration for our newer stuff that we write. They're a common feature. And Linkin Park as well. We also like to look back at a lot of Linkin Park.
Mm.
2 huge influences for me. They're Linkin Park and Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah. I remember having Hybrid Theory in my no skip Walkman. You know, it'd take up like the entire pocket of your school pants.
Yeah.
And you'd be walking around with this brick, listening to Hybrid Theory, and then they go, Mr. Han, and you have all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I had a little 128 meg MP3 player, and I had the 2 Limp Bizkit albums on there.
Did
I
you?
had yeah,
Chocolate Starfish.
Chocolate Starfish, and the one that was Behind Blue Eyes.
All right.
Oh, Results May Vary, I
That's
think
it.
it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because that's all that could fit on it. Yeah, that was my MP3 player.
Everyone born 2005 onwards watching this tomorrow, like, what the hell is a Discman and what the
Yeah.
hell is an MP3? Oh,
Yeah.
they might know what an MP3 player, but they won't know what a Walkman is.
No.
Yeah.
But what's funny? I far out. What song would it have been? I was constantly trying to download one of the Corn songs. I couldn't tell you which one it was, but it might have been Freak on a Leash because I remember the video coming out. And as was the time back then, I was using the internet to try and get some of these songs. You know, As was the time back then when you do that sort of dodgy thing, and no matter what happened, I would always download the Metallica song from the Mission Impossible soundtrack.
Oh, yeah.
I disappear, I think.
I disappear.
Yeah.
And it would always just be that song, right? And I'd be like, oh no, and I'd delete it. And I'd just try to download that Corn song again, and I'd just download I Disappear again
Oh,
repeatedly. So I love that song. I had that on my I would have had that on my mini disc player.
I Disappear.
Yeah.
That's a great song though.
Yeah. It would have been named Freak on a Leash like 7 times and just been
Yeah.
I Disappear.
Yeah.
fuck, that was a good soundtrack too. Mission Impossible 2, Rob Zombie, Powderfinger, Metallica, Limp Bizkit. That
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They don't have standout soundtracks these days, do they? Or do they?
Not that I'm aware of.
Soundtracks.
Some things still have soundtracks.
No, like so good.
Oh, that's no. No, a soundtrack full of bangers, no, it doesn't exist.
Is it not existing because we're old, or it doesn't exist?
I don't know,
That's-
Sam.
I think I can sort of see that the non-existent, because soundtracks, well, CDs are very non-existent now anyway because of Spotify. Let's not go down that path. But I don't know. I'd like to see a soundtrack just be released of bangers, like a Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack or a The Crow
Yeah.
soundtrack or Mission Impossible 2, where it just had killer song after killer song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great. I know there's like some games are having some awesome soundtracks, you know. But occasionally I'll listen to the Doom soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
That's always great.
Yeah. Well, he like invented like heavy music, didn't he? Whatever his name is, forget.
No, that's the actor in the movie, Carl Urban, not the
Huh?
Carl.
I'm gonna send you the soundtrack.
Okay.
Listen
All
to
right.
it, and you'll love it.
Okay.
And
all
you'll want to borrow my 8-string with the horrible pickups.
right. Okay, maybe.
Then you'll want to upgrade my horrible 8-string.
Right.
And then I'll have a great guitar after that.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, sure.
Well, this interview's going back to our childhood and
Yeah.
things no one would know about. Like,
That's right.
soundtracks, yes. If you're born pre 2005, you would know what a soundtrack is, but
Sorry for derailing it.
oh no. Derailing's the best thing about these interviews. I never stay on topic.
Yeah.
So, generally, Ash and Anthony, it's just a chat. I've dropped it's still an interview in some sorts, but it's more of a catch up chat, find out a bit about 51st Avenue. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier in the week. At the end, I do a thing where the guests ask me a question. So the roles get reversed.
Yeah. Okay.
So I won't put you on the spot right now because that's not fair and not very professional.
Yep. We'll think of something.
And also, this episode will be uploaded tomorrow, and the Spotify playlist that does feature Self Sabotage of the local bands and artists is on there. Don't Want Me's on there. Release, ICU. I think most of the 51st Avenue singles are all on there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
And we will get to how I discovered 51st Avenue a little bit later on, and I might have just dropped one of the reasons I found them. But anyway, that's the gist of the chat. So the first question off the top is probably the most common one. How did 51st Avenue form as a band?
Well, the two members that are most appropriate to answer that are not actually here right now, but the way the band initially formed is Scott and the original guitarist Corey were classmates and used to play music together in the garage quite a lot. They wrote a bunch of demos. They then said to Ali, who also was in their same class,
Ali's
"Hey,
who you know as Cat.
oh
Oh,
yeah,
sorry, yes.
yeah, yeah." Um, she, they said, "Hey, Ali, would you come and sing in our band?" And she said, "No, no, 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 no. I'm moving to Wollongong." Anyway, 2 years later, or 1 year later, I don't know, a time period later, she moves back to Sydney and says, "All right, I'll sing in the band." And that's really how the band sort of formed. And then you sort of fast forward a couple years from 2017, 2018 through to the post-COVID era. And then that's when Corey, the original guitarist, had decided that, I've got other things in life that I really want to focus on. And, I just would rather hand the reins of guitar over to someone else.
Hmm.
So I answered a Facebook ad, um, joined as 51st guitarist at 51st Avenue in late 2020. Um, then we fast forward another couple years. So Anthony and I went to high school together. Fast forward a couple years, we got contacted for a corporate gig, which was a 4-hour set, and the decision was made that we need a bass player, or a second guitarist or something. We need more members, like 3 people for this corporate gig is not enough. And I said, well, I've got the perfect person. So Anthony came along, started jamming with us. The corporate gig got cancelled, and he just sort of stuck around. And then
Yeah.
then we were like, hey, do you want to play bass? And that's kind of where we're at.
Well,
Have I missed anything?
No, you
No?
got it. You got
Okay,
it.
yeah.
It was really funny from my side because like the jams were mostly on Twitch. Like we do some Twitch streaming. So I was like adjusting to meeting Ash's bandmates as they were then, as Ash's bandmates, while adjusting to being on camera. You might remember that adjustment for yourself.
That would have been wild,
It was
actually.
it was a little bit wild, and I remember being like quite timid. I don't know if it was more I didn't want to like embarrass Ash with his bandmates, or if I was overly conscious of being on camera. But I remember just being super timid, and then yeah, the when that corporate gig got cancelled, like yeah, as Ash said, I stuck around, and then there was a gig offer come through, and I remember with Scott, like I texted him, I was like, "Hey man, no, you don't need it, but if you wanted a bassist, I'll just, I don't mind filling in." And then it was like, "No, you're not filling in. Like you're part of the band." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah,
cool, man, sick. Thank
yeah.
you."
It was very fluid.
It just flowed. It was
Yeah,
great.
it didn't even feel like we even recruited anybody. It just sort of felt like it was meant to be.
There's been nothing but fun since.
Yeah.
well, and given what you said with Cat, or yeah, I'll call her Cat because that's what it said, and also with Scott going to school together, and then you and Anthony going to school together, it sort of just gelled in well because you knew each other previously.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. And the dynamic as well is kind of there too. Like, so like um Scott and Ali, Scott and Kat, have that pre-relationship. Me and Anthony have that pre-relationship.
Yeah.
And then so it's kind of like two duos coming together to create a four-piece. And yeah, I think it works really well. Like the dynamic is great. Um yeah, it's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
There's a smidge of an age difference too. Just a smidge.
Ah.
Ah,
Just a smidge of
I'm
an age.
21. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It
wouldn't
was,
even hazard a guess how old you two are, and I wouldn't say over WebEx either, because that would then go on YouTube, which that wouldn't be fair if that got publicised, obviously.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
yeah, it's no, we're not getting on too much, but we're also very young in our demeanor, our behavior.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah. I still, at heart, I still feel 27.
You don't look that old, actually. You big 27.
Yeah, I
With
could
that
still,
shave.
I still could be 27. Yeah.
I could pass probably for 27 because I don't have the facial hair and no
Yeah.
tattoos as of yet.
Well, when we met, I had my massive beard.
That's right, because now I'm looking over WebEx. I'm like, you had a big beard back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, it was when I
He does this
Yeah.
occasionally. It's always a shock.
When I shaved it off, I measured it and it was almost 40 centimeters long.
40 centimeters.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
The girth of your beard.
it was wide. It was like this wide. It was huge. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's
That was 18 months. 18 months of beard.
18 months.
Yeah.
Wow, that went fast too. Because it's always shocking when you shave it.
Yeah.
But last time you shaved it, you full went down. No even goatee.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That was frightening.
Yeah. Yeah, even Ali's child was like scared when I came in the house the first time. I haven't been there yet since I've shaved this time, but I assume it's also going to be pretty frightening.
I remember my brother, I don't know if it was 40 centimeters like yours was, Ash, but I remember he had a pretty thick beard at one stage, and then the next time I saw him, it was gone. I'm like, is this the same person as I saw like 6 months ago? Because it was literally really bushy, obviously, and it took me 18 years to grow a beard, probably. That's how long it'd take me.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't shaved since I started growing this.
It's yeah, I don't know. It's funny like when you really just like put your mind to it. Like the
Put
beard
your
will
mind to it.
yeah, I don't know, put your beard to it, I suppose. Like it grows kind of really quickly and then it gets to a length where it just stops. And then you don't see any progress for like 3, 4, 5 months, and then all of a sudden it just like explodes again. I don't know. Yeah.
There is a post high school version of Ash that I remember. That kind of that band, the Beards, was part of your identity.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And they're making they're back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're back. They came out of hiatus.
I vaguely remember that name, the Beards. I remember like Triple J at one stage used to just play this band called the Beards on
Yeah.
repeat. And
Out of Adelaide, they are. Came back last year on tour. I saw them in 2013 in Brisbane.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you still listen to the Beards?
No, not actively, no. But
What if the Beards are watching this?
well, if they're watching this, you need to do more tours. I'll be there. I'll play guest guitar even.
Would you?
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you know the Beard songs that you love? The Beard songs that you love.
Uh-huh.
Would you know them better than the 51st Avenue songs that we don't play?
No.
No?
No.
All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, like when Spotify did the whole your most listened to tracks,
Mm.
my top like however many releases we have is 51st Avenue. From 1 through to like 16.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good and it's bad. But that's how we practice, right?
Yeah.
It's
see, that's one positive I give Spotify. I love that whole yearly wrapped thing. I like how it says who your most listened to artist and song is and how many minutes you've listened to Spotify. I got a bit of a shock how much mine was last year.
yeah. Yeah. And if you have kids, you know, it you'll see some pretty crazy stuff on there. What? How's the Wiggles stuck in between all this, you know, between the Buried and Me and the Wiggles? What?
Yeah.
But no, I guess we all have our guilty pleasures as well. Also, if you got kids, as Anthony mentioned, obviously, yeah, as you said, between the Buried in Me and then the Wiggles is a bit of a difference in styles and genres.
Very much so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I don't know. We get a lot of value out of that sort of stuff these days, but
Mm.
it is interesting. I went to JB Hi-Fi the other day to try and find an actual album from this band Transatlantic. I don't know if you'd know them. There's this
The name rings a bell a bit.
yeah, it's one of those there's this guy Neil Morse, he does whole mu- a whole bunch of different bands. One of them's Neil Morse band, but you know Mike Portnoy is a drummer on this band Transatlantic. I was like, man, I really want this album. And I went to JB Hi-Fi and I couldn't find it. And I was like, well, it's pretty niche. So I went online and I tried to find it. I still couldn't find it because Neil Morse, he has his own streaming service just for his band and his other bands' musics. It's just a streaming service for everything he's been a part of, and I
Wow.
couldn't find anything available elsewhere. And
Hmm.
people are paying like $6 USD a month for that, and you don't know. Like I'd just rather in that case, I would just rather the CD,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then anyway, it's maybe a bit too contentious or whatever, but it is a bummer when streaming is so popular that it's hard to buy the CD.
And it costs a lot more. Like I remember when Fear Inoculum by Tool came out,
Mm-hmm.
2019, I think it was. I might have my year wrong. And I actually had pre-ordered it, and the cheapest I could find it was $89.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I've waited 13 years to pay $90 for a CD. Like,
Yeah. So what do? You just put 10,000 days back on?
I just put 10,000 days back on. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Well, and at that time, I could be wrong. I don't think Tool had any of their material up on Spotify at that time either, I don't think.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds
No,
familiar.
they didn't. And there's actually an interview with Maynard where they ask him about that directly, and his answer was, "We never got around to it."
We never got around to it.
Yeah, there was never a conscious decision to not do it. They just never got around to it.
I'd love to say some snarky remark like "You're too busy with your winery," but they've given us so much to love that you just can't say.
He's in 3 bands, man.
Yeah. Are you going
To what?
to A Perfect Circle and Pussifer?
Nah.
They announced for Sydney. They're doing like there's like this place called Carriage Works. It's kind of like restaurants and a bit trendy and stuff. They're doing, I think it's Carriage Works. Maybe I've got it wrong. There was such a response for the A Perfect Circle tickets that they're doing like a quiet dine-in gig at Carriage Works. You could have dinner and listen.
Hmm.
It seems awesome.
It seems very intriguing, actually, and different to a lot of gigs.
I might do that actually, if there's still tickets. That sounds sick.
If you go, I'll go.
All right.
Because I told myself no.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, I already got the concert tickets.
Hmm.
Can't go twice, but
Yeah.
if you go, I'll go.
All right.
I
Okay.
just have to do a few more like Uber shifts.
We'll have a look after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I stumbled across that they just dropped a new song to A Perfect Circle on Friday.
Really?
I haven't checked it out yet, but it's something Star something. I feel like it's Star Seed or Star. It starts with Star, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I will just take a quick break to add that. Oh, here it is, Starless.
Starless. I nearly had it right. Had
Well, there
nearly
you
all the
go.
right letters, except there's no D in that title of the song, but.
That's all right. Well, thank you for that, Sam.
No worries. I only stumbled across it because I always Spotify Fridays when they do the release radar, and there was a lot of new music that dropped on Thursday and Friday, Australian wise, and then I saw A Perfect Circle. I'm like, all right, step away from the Aussies for a second, go
Yeah.
check out the new A Perfect Circle song.
Yeah. I'll have to give that a listen tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Still think Murder Noms is my favourite A Perfect Circle album. I know
Me-
a lot of people say 13th Step, but it's just something about Judith being
Yeah.
the first single.
Yeah, I'm with you. And Three Libras, like that was another great one. I love that album. That's definitely in my top 10. We tried to do a top 10 album thing like however long ago, but it was hard to get it like under 20, you know what I mean? Like if you were to do a top 10 albums, how would you choose out of those?
Top 10 albums, but you can't skip a song.
Oh yeah, that's the
I
criteria.
like that.
That's the criteria. It's top 10 albums that you could put on in any mood and not skip a song.
Yeah.
So that was hard because tons of people want to say like, oh, 10,000 days because they love Tour. But then you're like, all right, man, are you really listening to that outro track? So like with all
Yeah.
you really listening to that in any mood?
Yeah.
And then go, okay, I can't put that on. But I made it to some people's top 10.
Yeah.
But it's hard to
Also,
keep that,
also, I think a lot of people's attention spans for Tool albums are not. I love Tool, but you've got to have an hour pretty much minimum for their
Yeah.
albums, except for Opiate, obviously. But that was an
Mm.
EP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the most covered of their albums too? Because of Sober?
Probably.
I
Yeah.
think I read this stat ages ago, but this ages ago is probably well before like people would have started covering 10,000 days things. But I think like of the release tracks, there was some silly thing that like Sober got covered more than any of their other songs or something. I don't know.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
probably wrong in 2026.
Mm.
It is probably I know Stinkfist, everyone says, is the song that sort of put them on the map as being known, but I feel like Sober's still one of those songs that if you ask any diehard Tool fan, they'd probably say it'd be Sober or Prison Sex, something off Undertow, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We played a gig not too long ago with Halcyon Rain
Mm.
and they covered Sober. Wow, that was great. They're a three
Yeah.
piece
Oh,
Three-
yeah.
and they smashed it.
Yeah.
Actually, talking about benefits of buying an album, I got their CD and I bought it there on the night and you open it up and it becomes like a pop-up book and it's a ship,
Yep.
with sales and everything. And then there's a secret song on that album that's not on Spotify. And
That's
Oh.
actually pretty cool.
yeah, and I loved that secret song. I even like put it. I can only listen to it in my car because that's the only place I got a CD player. But I found
Mm.
myself going to the last song and fast forwarding so I could hear the secret song again. It was so good, and it was minutes long. Some of those secret songs were only like half a minute or 2 minutes or something. This was like 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
It was great. Anyway, I do tend to ramble.
Trust me, I'm the worst at rambling on. And off topic is my best at rambling on. It's like we're meant to be talking about this and I go off on some other direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, how did you come up with the band name 51st Avenue?
It's so again, that's really a Scott and Ali question, but it's an amalgamation of the very first studio or rehearsal studio that they played at. So it was 51, whatever avenue, and during the naming, I've heard different stories depending if you talk to Scott or Ali or even Corey. whether it was 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, but there was tens of names or like maybe even almost 100 names that they came up with, and they always kept coming back to this 51 Avenue, 51st Avenue, 50 something Avenue. It always kept coming back. And so at the end of their whole name search, they were like, you know what, it keeps coming up, it keeps coming back, that's the name. And so we've now kind of sort of morphed it more recently, especially with some other things that are coming up that we can't really speak on right now. But 51st Avenue at this stage and moving forward is now becoming like what's the best way to describe it?
A community, like if we like a
Yeah.
neighborhood, like if you are, I'm gonna get too like sappy.
It's a mythical place now. It's becoming a mythical place where anyone who doesn't feel they fit in will fit in, and anyone who doesn't feel welcome everywhere else is
Yeah.
welcome at 51st Avenue. So it's becoming that safe space.
It's like a
That
cul-de-sac of sorts.
yeah,
Cul-de-sac of misfits that aren't
yeah,
really misfits,
yeah,
but sort
yeah.
of are,
So that's what it's really coming. Like it started off, as what it started off as, and now it's sort of morphing into this safe space of an address where people don't feel they fit in.
Yeah, and that kind of ties back to our whole Twitch presence. Like we do a lot on Twitch, and just having those fans with us that are more like friends too.
Mm,
Like they're part of that family, and it's almost like, yeah, it's the street. Everyone comes home from school, then you're hanging out in the street, and your mums are yelling at you,
yeah,
Anthony, dinner,
yeah,
dinner, and you got to come back in. It's kind of what it's evolved into.
yeah,
And I mean, it does work for some bands, naming a band after a street or avenue. In this case, I mean, it's a certain band from Byron Bay that named themselves Parkway Drive who have done pretty good for themselves, I would say.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Byron Bay Council had to paint Parkway Drive on the ground because the sign kept getting stolen.
I wonder why.
Yeah,
Biggest metal band in this country and possibly the world. People are
yeah,
gonna take it.
that's exactly right.
Yep.
Oh, but
Evergreen Terrace. Remember that brand?
No.
Evergreen Terrace. Yeah, they were big sometime,
Mm.
probably in the late 2000s.
I've definitely heard of that band. I reckon I used to have like a CD with one of their songs. Now I couldn't tell you what the song
Yeah,
was.
me either. Me either. I remember digging that, and then Simpson Street.
Mm.
Wonder if they named it after that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's showing my age even more now. Talking about The Simpsons. Fuck, that's making me feel old.
Do you feel like, I don't know why I think of this, but like sometimes if I was to say, oh, back when The Simpsons was good, I feel like it's an invalid comment because I haven't seen the new Simpsons. So how can I say that? You know what I mean?
I get what you mean there, Anthony, because like I say it a lot as well. I say, 30 years ago, The Simpsons, for me, probably was the biggest and best show on TV.
Easy, yeah.
Mm.
Like, I don't think there would have been anything that would have come close to being as popular. I know people say Friends and that, but Friends didn't have anything on The Simpsons.
No, no way.
I remember having South Park on SBS.
I loved South Park.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
time that was.
yeah. On a Wednesday, it was. Yeah.
See, like with friends and stuff, right?
Mm.
Most people, I imagine most people like cooking dinner, and then they like cook dinner and get it ready for when Friends started. And then
Yeah,
Friends would finish and they probably do their washing up and that. But
probably.
like a whole bunch of wrestling fans exist because it came on after The Simpsons on, like, say, Saturdays or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Half of WWE's Australian fan base is just because of The Simpsons. That shouldn't be a correlation.
Mm.
Oh, my 90s childhood, I remember Simpsons used to. I think it was Simpsons was 6 o'clock on Channel 10, Neighbours was 6:30, and then Seinfeld was 7. And Mum's like, "Are we gonna have dinner in the kitchen?" We're like, "No," and Mum's like, "You can miss Simpsons and Seinfeld." We're like, "Nah, we're staying in here."
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. I remember that as well. I remember then Cheese TV coming on Saturday morning.
Cheese
Oh,
TV.
Yeah.
gee.
Yeah. And then I used to always hate it when I woke up like too early and it was like that aerobics thing instead. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, I remember
oh man, I got 5 more minutes to wait. Yeah.
You didn't like the aerobics?
I just wanted Cheese TV, man.
that. Oh, those were the days. I mean, yeah,
That's it.
now none of those shows exist apart from The Simpsons.
Yeah. And Neighbours are still going strong.
Is it
Oh, and
really?
wrestling,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Wrestling, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. What a
Oh.
show.
Now, how did I discover 51st Avenue? Well, I
Mm.
mentioned one of the songs that was going to be on the Spotify playlist tomorrow, and that's how I discovered 51st Avenue. I heard Don't Want Me
Mm.
as the first 51st Avenue song I heard, and it came up in either a release radar or New Music Friday, and I listened to it. I'm like, this is really good because it was released in probably, in my opinion, the best year of music this decade, and I just thought, all right. And at that stage, I hadn't heard all these female led bands like Last Martyr and Future Static and Terror at the time and all that. I'm just like, I'm digging this. What
Mm.
happens? Then from that day, it's just been every week, 51st Avenue has been on a Spotify playlist that I've put together.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
That
song.
that's a long time then. Because yeah, Don't Want Me was released 2021.
Was it 21 or 22? No, I
It was,
reckon release was 2022 and ICU.
yeah.
I
And
felt like you're right.
Don't Want Me was 2021 because we were in the studio recording that in late 2020. Yeah.
Hmm.
Far out, is that 5 years since it's been released?
Yeah. And almost about to hit 100,000 streams. That is the one song that we've all wanted to hit 100,000 streams on Spotify, and it is so close.
It is close.
It
It's
is
getting,
so close. It's like 90. Is it
yeah.
99,000 yet? I
Everyone,
actually wonder.
everyone go stream
Yeah.
Don't Want Me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just once.
Watch this interview and then listen to Don't Want Me 1,000 times.
Yeah, after the interview.
Yeah.
But also go and listen to the other 51st Avenue songs as well. But
Yes. Yes, of course. Of course. It's got to be close. We got two songs over 100, I think.
We do have two songs over 100,000. We've got
And they both came after Don't Want Me.
They did. The Dark has been, I mean, Self Sabotage will probably overtake The Dark, but The Dark was really fast as well. That was the previous release,
Two releases
two
ago.
releases ago.
Well, 3 releases ago, counting Self Sabotage.
Yeah, and that was also really, really quick, and it's also been just a consistent grower, that one.
Yeah.
That's almost at 150,000.
Wow. That's quite.
that, like in Spotify dollars, it's not much in return, but it's a lot of streams.
It is a lot of streams.
It is. It
It's a
is.
cool number for us to see, like as far as gauging things go, you know, because we tour just Sydney and Melbourne and sometimes Tamworth. We've done Armidale and a couple Wollongong shows. You can't really gauge how much this stuff's getting listened to.
Mm.
And I guess if we toured more often and played more gigs, we'd see more familiar faces and stuff like that. But it's just it hasn't been our lifestyle yet. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So seeing that number is like something that we can hold, I suppose. Whoa. But I mean, even seeing that number, that's still nothing on seeing someone in the crowd like sing lyrics back to you.
Mm.
That's unreal.
Yeah. The first time, actually, to segue, the first time that we actually noticed people singing the lyrics back to us was actually in Tamworth at one of the emo nights. And it wasn't just one or two people, it was like a good, I don't know, six or seven, eight people front row singing the lyrics right back at us. And that really took us by surprise because that was the first time that we'd experienced that.
Mm.
You obviously see the odd person here and there, sing along to the chorus, but this was every word to almost every song. And it was crazy. Like we love going to Tamworth. The fans up there are the best. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, hey, it's such a boost, seeing
Yeah.
that.
I don't think a lot of people realise just what that means to the band. If even five people singing back the chorus or the whole song, as you said, I mean, that's very impressive, and words can't describe that.
That's exactly right. And it was the whole set. Like it wasn't even just a single song. It was the whole set. And like we went back to the hotel later that night and we were like, "Hey, did you see like, you know, half the front row were like singing and we were just like, it's crazy. Like when are we coming back here? Like this is insane." Yeah.
Wow, yeah, what a feeling. It's incredibly motivating. It's incredibly motivating.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you speak to a lot of bands where this is like most bands, all bands our level. It's kind of like pay to play, and fans do help buffer that pay to play, like through merch and through ticket sales and stuff. But inevitably, it's you know a hobby that we fund
Mm.
ourselves, and then thinking about it in terms of like comparing to Spotify listens. Would you say one person singing everything back to you is worth like how many Spotify listens? 5,000? 10,000? You can't even compare that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm rambling again.
Yeah, you can't even compare.
But it is really motivating.
Mm.
It is
Oh,
really.
absolutely. I think, yeah, and like the streams are good and all that, but if someone at your gig is singing the lyrics back, whether it's the chorus, the whole song, the whole set, as we've said earlier, you can't put into words just what sort of feeling that has to any band out there.
Mm,
That's exactly right. The only other time that I've probably felt that type of feeling was at a cog show actually.
really?
Yeah, when they came out of hiatus in 2019, I think it was. Their very first show in Byron was on that tour was in Byron Bay. I'm pretty confident. And I drove there to see them for their very first show.
Mm,
And I think the very first song of the set was My Enemy, and he couldn't even approach the microphone because the crowd was so loud.
wow.
And like that feeling being in the crowd for that was I don't know, it was magical. And yeah, like having people sing back your own lyrics to you is just as magical.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, Cog, that amazing band. Still have not seen them live. Only one of two metal bands from Australia I haven't seen that I really want to see. And Carnival is the other one, obviously.
Yeah. We've both been we're lucky enough to probably see them both a couple times,
Mm,
but we've seen them both together.
yeah.
and both not together.
Recently, in the last few years.
We saw Carnival. I'm not going to Carnival in November, I don't think, or December, whenever it is. But you should go, Sam. You should go see Carnival. It's great.
Well, funnily enough, you say that because my brother is about to buy tickets for the Melbourne show, and he asked if I wanted to go. I'm like, hell yeah!
Yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
The first time I saw Carnival, I think I was 18. I won't say what year it was. It was at this place called Carrying Bar Bizzo's.
Oh no.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Oh no!
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. Carrying Bar Bizzo's, and I would have seen him for like $10.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it was unreal. They all just brought this ferocity. I'd never even heard them before. I just went with a mate. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll go Carrying Bar Bizzo's. No worries. Just thinking I'll have a few beers." And I was just, whoa, blown away. That was great. That was during Thamada, that album.
that was well. Actually, all their albums are really good, but Thamada's
Yeah.
probably number one for me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, go and see him, and then you could sing every word back to them during all the Thamada songs, and they'll
Yeah. Because they play quite a lot of them.
yeah. And
Well,
too, if you have the chance to see Cog, go and do it.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of Carnival's most well-known songs, like outside of Set Fire and Probably All I Know, are on Thamada.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows Shutter Speed, the title track, Rogue Fort.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cody, all of them. That's a great album.
How did Thamada only come in at 95 in the hottest 100 of that year? I still don't know how.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But a band kind of similar, Aussie band that's still like in the Cog and Carnival scape, I suppose, that I didn't see recently and I regret it is Butterfly Effect. I wish I went to see them, but I didn't get to it.
I don't think I've ever seen Butterfly Effect live.
I saw them at a pub, like well, can you call it a club? Revesby Workers Club. Is that a pub?
I don't even know.
You know Revesby Workers.
Yeah, I know Revesby. Is that I don't know.
It's like an
I don't know
RSL.
what that is. Yeah, almost.
It's like a big RSL. And just being able to see a band there. I hope I'm not stating my age too much. If Butterfly Effect start touring again too, go and see them. Even though I just said I didn't last time. I regret it.
Yeah.
There would be something in the questions in the future is I should add that to a interview list of questions, is the gig you regret not going to. That would be a great question.
You regret not going to, yeah. Wonder how many people would say like, and if it was Aussie based, I don't know, maybe that's too niche. Like, you know who I've never seen? Never seen Silverchair. You seen Silverchair?
No, I've never seen Silverchair.
Never seen Silverchair either.
Love to see Silverchair. And actually, what's horrible of me is how many times I've had the opportunity to see Living End. I've never seen Living End live.
I have.
Have you?
I've seen them once.
I saw them at the State of Origin.
Oh, that doesn't count.
That doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't really count.
State of Origin.
Yeah, they only played 3 songs.
That's not a set.
Yeah,
I guess it is.
Actually, interesting thing about Living End, now the drummer obviously has changed over the years, but the original drummer from Living End was from Gippsland originally.
Really?
Wow.
Grew up in Druin.
Wow. There you go.
So
you don't have a shrine of him in the town?
Not yet.
Not yet.
That's Gippsland's claim to fame. Oh, maybe Unify probably was the other claim to fame.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You guys, you have a full shipping vessel, the A&O Gippsland. That's like, I don't know, must hold 10,000 containers. That generates billions a year. That should be a claim to fame too. We have a shipping vessel. There's no A&L Sydney, but there is an A&L Gippsland.
That's a fair point. And also, West Gippsland, obviously, there's south, there's west, there's east. They've all got their things that they're known for, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah. We have a town near Sydney, Bowral. It's like southwest of Sydney, Bowral, and you go there and it's like they got like Don Bradman stuff, but they've also got the lady who wrote Mary Poppins, wrote part of Mary Poppins there. So there's a Mary Poppins statue. Like you got all this Don Bradman stuff and a Mary Poppins statue. And it's because she wrote like I'm probably wrong, but she probably wrote like 3 pages there. That's enough for a statue, but I haven't seen a Don Bradman statue there. We got a
And yet, Don Bradman's probably the greatest cricketer this country's ever seen, or arguably.
yeah.
I have a signed photo of Don Bradman. If anyone wants to purchase it from me, I'm happy to sell it.
Who signed it?
Don
Oh,
Bradman.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to play cricket when I was a kid, and I won a Don Bradman signed photo in a raffle.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
There's no Mary Poppins. I'm sorry.
It's really not
No,
Mary
dude.
Poppins. I don't think I don't think it's ever been outside of my closet ever. Like I think when I got it, I put it in my closet and was like, "This is awesome," and I put it in my closet and left it.
Your closet's right here.
It's not this closet.
Oh,
No, I've moved many, many times. It's now in a box, and it hasn't come out of that box in about 20 years.
so it's
Yeah.
been in the box longer than it's been in the closet.
Yeah.
But you said it never comes out of the closet.
When I first got it.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Well, this leads into the next question about Aussie bands and some bands we've mentioned there that have a lot of love and recognition. The opposite now. Which bands are you listening to that you feel deserve more love and recognition than they are getting?
This was a really hard question, and because there's so many to talk about.
Mm.
So we tried to limit it to 3. And the 3 that we've picked is probably the first one's probably a little bit too obvious, but Rin Rin. It definitely is number 1. The second one would be These Four Walls. I've known These Four Walls for quite a long time, probably 6, 7 years now. The rest of the guys in 51st Avenue, not as long, probably about 4 or 5, because we have had quite a few like Twitch collabs
Yeah.
with the
With
Four Walls
Steve,
members.
he's always been great to us.
Yeah, over the years. And we're also playing with them on Friday, so we thought, what a better way to shout them out. And then finally, Nightlight. As you are obviously aware of Nightlight, being a Melbourne band, but they are blowing up the scene at the moment.
Mm.
I love Nightlight. Like, I've seen them countless times. I've lost count how many times I've actually seen Nightlight live. I reckon it's at least 4, maybe more, because I reckon 2 or 3 years ago, I reckon I saw them like twice in 6 months and then another time later in the year. And I mean, that latest EP they dropped with Takeover on it, and the one before that with like Nezami and Crush, and I'm just like,
Nezami.
yeah, it gets stuck in your head, Nezami. It's like,
Yeah, they keep going from strength to strength, and their live shows just keep getting better and better.
So good.
Yeah, we're starting to look at them as like the gold standard of local bands, to be honest.
We played with them in Melbourne for one of the Siren Sounds shows. And I remember just then, like we were just kind of at the merch desk and we were like, whoa, dudes, these are the next big thing, like
Yeah.
for sure. And then they've just been blowing up further and further, and deservedly so.
Mm.
Not
Yes.
only that, they're the nicest people you'll ever meet too. I've spoken to Jordan and the vocalist many times at the gigs, and they're always, yeah, happy to have a yarn, whether it's at the merch desk or outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually tried. We asked Laura, the vocalist, if she wouldn't mind, performing Rin Rin's parts at our upcoming Melbourne shows, but unfortunately they're away on AM/PM and some other things that they've got going on, so the timing just doesn't line up.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, but yeah, they're an amazing band.
So fun. Yeah.
And
And
I feel like those three definitely deserve a lot more recognition, especially these four walls. Like,
yeah.
Hmm.
but as you said, Ash, there could be so many you could say because there are that many great Aussie bands that aren't getting the loves like the Thornhills and the Parkways, Alpha Wolves, Speed, all those that are getting.
Yeah. Speed.
See, for me, it's because all the ones I'm thinking of are starting to become the big or are big. I feel out in New South Wales, and this might sound strange because they are touring a lot, and most people would know who they are. But band called Clay J Gladstone, I still don't think get love and recognition they deserve.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and we've played with them very early on in their formation, and we're really really great friends with Clay J as well. So I mean, I'd probably talk to Matt, the guitarist, not too often, but probably like every now and then we'll have a great long chat, and if we ever see them in public, we always have a half-hour chat or whatever it is. But yeah, Clay J again, another band that's completely underrated and need to be bigger.
And their music, like I just loved because I when I first heard Clay J, it was like most people, it probably would have been either Balance or the high school friends and anything off that album. And when I heard Balance, I was like, this is something a little bit different in the Aussie scene, but I was digging it. And then I sort of have just loved them since I heard Balance.
Yeah, so it was probably 2021. I want to say, we put together a mashup
Mm.
of all new music that had come out that year from the bands that we really enjoy, and Balance was on that. I don't know where that track is now, but I'm pretty sure it featured something like 16 to 20 artists, and we just did, half a chorus each, and we created this massive mashup of bands that we love. We put it out, I want to say YouTube, but it might be archived by now. I can't, I don't remember.
Mm.
That was a really fun project, and yeah, so yeah, so many bands were on our radar back then, and yeah, Balance was definitely part of it.
And yeah, so for me, Clay J from might go one from Sydney, one from Melbourne. Well, Victoria's a bit harder because I was actually going to say probably Nightlight as well, but that's already been
Yeah.
said. um,
Yeah.
and half the bands I'm going to say have also gone on hiatus or are finishing up, like Paperweight, Common Evil, and Quarterform. They're either finished up or they're about to, so they can't be included in this. Sorry to break any news if no one knew those three bands were splitting up. That's
Well, what
Yeah,
about Mortala? Is Mortala from Melbourne?
Mortala. Yeah, they played Pay What You Wish, didn't they?
they
They
did. Yeah.
did. They another band that blew me away.
Actually, I have another band that's been probably a personal favorite of mine since 2018. They're a Brisbane band called For the Wolves. And again, I don't know what their current status is. They might be currently on hiatus. They have just released a couple singles last year, so maybe they are making a bit of a comeback. But their very first EP and I think their second EP as well is definitely like totally underrated and what some of my favorite music.
Oh,
Well,
you've stumped me, Ash, I think. I don't think I've heard of For the Wolves.
I'll send you a link to a couple tracks.
I'm
Um,
looking right now.
yeah, they're I've personally played with them a couple times on stage in a previous band. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good
that's new
artwork.
artwork. That's new artwork.
Release 2025.
Yeah, 2025. Which song's that?
Decide to see.
I haven't heard that. Okay, maybe they're making a comeback. For the Wolves, check them out.
Oh, well, there's a new band to check out. I
Yeah.
love that's the best part of this job is finding new bands. Well, it's not even a job, it's a passion, sorry. Passion's probably the right word.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Which band would you like to be the support act for if you had the choice?
We have two different we have a few answers for this one. So we thought about this and we thought, well, let's split it up into local and international. And I've also just thought of another one for the international too.
Yeah.
So when it comes to local bands to be the support of, Red Hook is a very common one for us that we would love to support for many years. Probably since COVID, to be honest. We've always loved Red Hook. We feel that there's a connection there between us and them, not only personally but musically and yeah, just everything. So Red Hook, and then quite obviously Rin Rin as well. It would just make sense. We would love to support her. And then on an international level, I mean, those ones are really your ones. But Don Brocco,
Don Bronco, yeah.
if they were to come to
Yeah.
Australia, I would love to support them.
I was just thinking in my head, choose one that's not like a me thing, and it should probably be Don Brocco. And we said it.
Mm. Yeah, but other than that, Coheed and Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray is like I feel like both those bands, the fans that are going to see both those bands have a array of interests and they're not locked into one genre, and that suits us hugely, you know. Um, they're just very fun too. Bill Murray's super fun live. What more would we want, right? Fans
Yeah,
that love fun stuff, and
exactly.
we can be fun,
Yeah,
surely. Sometimes.
yeah.
No, I'm really digging Don Brocco. It's funny because my mate showed me this song that they released last year, and he goes, "Oh, do you know who this is?" And he says, "You won't get it." I'm like, it's Don Brocco. He's like, "How the hell do you know that?" And it was the song that Sam Carter from Architects featured on. I go, "Cause the guy from Architects is on the song. I know
Yeah.
Sam Carter's voice anywhere."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Actually, I reckon Sam Carter's featured songs are better than some Architect songs. I know that's gonna
Probably.
cause a
Probably.
lot of debate,
Oh.
but
Probably.
Yellow Jacket by Spirit Box, Sam Carter, First World Problem Child, Straight from the Path. I think they're better than some, I will say some Architect songs.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Architects is again one of our influences alongside Bring Me. So I don't I don't know about I love Architects. So yeah, that's I think everything they do is awesome.
Their lead singles, like, I think their last three lead singles, oh, four actually, if you go back to Doomsday. So Doomsday, Animals, When We Were Young, and oh, what was the one off their latest album? Was that Seeing Red or
I
Cursed?
think it was Seeing Red.
Yeah, the four first singles off each of their last four albums have been, in my opinion, some of their best songs, if not their best.
yeah. So the album comes out and you're just like, hmm.
Because a lot of people didn't like classic symptoms of a broken spirit. It took me a couple of listens, I'll be honest, to really dig it. Because outside of When We Were Young and Deep Fake, I was sort of like, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Come on, you then.
I don't know. I don't know. There's a song for every mood. Maybe you just weren't in the right mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
that's
did I
fun.
read somewhere it's 10 years since All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us dropped?
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know.
Because
10
I
years.
was like, hang on, that can't be 10 years, because holy hell's only 8. But then I thought, okay, maybe it is, because it was written before Tom's
He-
passing, obviously.
He's fact checking you right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Checking right now.
2016.
Oh, it was right.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because Gone with the Wind and Downfall, nearly all that album was obviously leading up and the cancer with Tom Cial, obviously from Architects,
Mm.
and then Doomsday obviously was the last song he ever wrote, which was a great track.
Mm. Yeah.
Look at them Spotify numbers. 20 million. That's a lot of
Hey,
people in
man.
the crowd singing back to you.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, man. We just gotta focus on 100,000 for Self Sabotage. That's all we got to worry about.
Yeah, that was our promise.
Yeah.
It's not even a soft promise. If we got 100,000 streams before the end of the year, we were gonna do 3
12 hours Twitch streams.
back to back.
Yeah, back to back of random just chaos that is our Twitch streams.
I'll probably build some Lord of the Rings Lego. That'll take out some of that 12 hours of 36. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Architects. I'll probably accidentally listen to Architects on the way home now that we've spoken
Mm.
about it.
Oh, but also one of the bands you mentioned there of who you'd love to support. I mean, I can't really say they deserve more love and recognition now because they are huge in this country now, Red Hook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deservedly so again.
Mm.
You know, they put in some hard work
Yeah.
over years. Years and years.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. And it's great to see them successfully touring internationally as well, multiple European tours, multiple US tours. It's just, yeah, it's great to see.
Played Download as well in the UK. Not many Australian bands have done that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a big call. I reckon they've probably had the biggest 2 years of any Australian band outside the obvious ones, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I know some people might say there's a couple others like The Last Martyr and Body Prison and Future Static and that have had pretty big last 2 years, but internationally wise, I think Red Hook's just gone from here to there in a
Yes.
matter of months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Definitely.
I feel too like with Red Hook, you can still see that no matter the crowd size, if it's still like a smaller venue or a bigger venue, they're still absolutely giving it their all.
Mm.
Like every performance is 100%.
Yeah.
You know, that's really cool to see.
Mm. Yeah, and it's definitely something that sort of smaller bands can learn from as well. That, it doesn't matter the crowd size, you have to give it 100% because, even if you're playing to just one person, that one person still paid, the price for the ticket. And so you need to perform at 100% for that one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw Red Hook. We saw Red Hook at Wollongong Uni. Like maybe was that 2 or 3 years ago?
Uh, Probably 3 years ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So we would have seen Red Hook at Wollongong Uni 3 years ago. They had like a little bit of laptop issues, right? But they made that part of the set.
Yeah.
There was even a chant, and it was hilarious. It was
Yeah.
great to be a part of. It is insane that that set at Wollongong Uni was probably just as good or better than the download set. Like, isn't that an unreal thought? that you can have that level of
Totally it is. Yeah. I mean,
And then it also created this whole like social media meme that they then sort of ran with for ages. You know, like I remember seeing one of their social media stories about the laptop in the corner of the rehearsal studio.
Oh,
rehearsal room.
yeah. It's
And
like
they were
they're
being like,
reporting to it.
yeah, and they're like, oh, you know, we have to have a hard chat, you know, like you didn't perform last gig, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh man, that's crazy. Like how they can just incorporate what has happened into their, you know,
Yeah.
stories. And
That's more than taking it in their stride. That's
yeah. But it's also sort of like letting the fans in to know sort of what's happening behind the scenes.
well, that's part of it, right? The whole immersive experience.
Mm,
It's you're part of the band in a way.
yeah.
Definitely part of the community. That's what's great.
Mm,
I think also back to that one person giving up, like you have to give 100% if there's one person in the room. Not only did they pay for it, they could have been anywhere else that very night.
yep.
Hey,
That's
we've
exactly.
heard that before too. Hey man, you want to come see our show? No, I'm doing anything else.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. But no, Red Hawk. If you haven't checked out Red Hawk in the last 2 years, you must have been living under a rock. But yeah, they are huge and feel like they're gonna get bigger if that's even possible the next 5 years.
Yep. Definitely.
And good people too. Just don't give Alex a microphone. Sorry, Alex, if you watch this.
Uh Alex is great. We love Alex. We love all of them, actually.
uh, and I remember when I went to the listening party for Mutation, they were doing a Q&A thing and they kept saying it was Ned's birthday. The whole joke was going around Ned's birthday and it wasn't even his birthday. And it's just like,
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's funny. Like sometimes Craig comes into our Twitch channel, and he always seems to like either log into Twitch or come into our Twitch channel when we have over 100 viewers, which is not very often at all. It's like a massive raid will happen, and now we're over 100. All of a sudden, Craig appears and be like, "Hey guys, wow, your channel's really popping off." We're like, I hope he doesn't think we're like that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's
uh, I've got to get onto Twitch. I've watched a couple of videos where bands have done it, but yeah, haven't really got around to doing much stuff. I should look into Twitch as a second thing, maybe.
well, I don't know what we're allowed or not allowed to say, but you should be able to do both at the same time, maybe.
Well, Twitch is live streamed. So, you know, that would mean sort of, you know, you're doing your interviews live with a live audience, with like,
Yeah.
you know, with the chat and the what the viewers sort of asking questions and things. It's very much the same as like YouTube Live, really. Um, yeah. So, but in terms of like a pre-recorded thing, it might not work
No.
unless you wanted to run a 24/7 Twitch channel that had all of your prior interviews on it, and then anyone can just come and go as they please, and it's just constantly going through all of your videos.
Okay.
We've actually just set up a 24/7 channel earlier this year to just put all of our music videos into, a couple other interviews that we have, and then we have 2 hours of random clips that we have from Twitch that we've just sort of put on there.
Us
Um,
hurting ourselves by accident.
yeah. Or and saying like getting our words mixed up. But and we're trying to build that out. So at the moment, I think it's at 3.5 hours worth of footage. We really want to try to get that to 48 hours. So there's like quite a lot of variance.
Hmm.
But yeah, that also might be something to think about.
There's a lot of things to sort of think about, like with this whole WebEx YouTube channel that there are certain things I want to look at doing, but at the moment, sort of, if it's what's the saying? If it ain't broken, don't.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there's this whole element too about like how much of this sort of production, like for us, the case of like music production, it's insane the amount of like visual content comes with the music production. It's not even music videos, like Instagram and Facebook and all sorts of different things. And then, I mean, it'd be the same for you. Like, all of a sudden you're doing the WebEx interviews, and then, oh, it's a podcast on Spotify. Oh man, who knows what? It's everyone wants to consume the media however they can, like what's suitable for them. Um, it's unreal, really.
I mean, 15, 20 years ago, none of this existed. We didn't have WebEx or Zoom or you. Oh, 15 years ago, we'd probably have had YouTube, but
Yeah. In its infancy, though.
mm,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like that video of the people dropping the half a drum kit from that wall, and boom, boom, that was
Actually,
pretty much all of YouTube. Is that video?
I have a question. Do you remember like some of the first YouTube channels that you started like subscribing to and watching?
I
Like,
like that question. It's never been asked too, Ash. I like that.
because I remember there's two that I remember I used to watch quite a lot. The first one, a lot of people, especially musicians or guitarists, would know, was Rob Chapman when he very
Oh,
first
definitely,
started,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he was doing like lessons and stuff on YouTube. The other one is actually he never spoke. The guy never spoke. He just did guitar covers, and his channel name was S. Mathias. I assume that was his initial and surname.
S. Matthews.
His channel doesn't exist anymore. He's deleted it.
Oh
But
man.
he used to play along to Guitar Pro backing tracks. So it was like MIDI drums, MIDI bass. He would mute the guitar and he would play the guitar along with it. And those two guys were my favorite people to watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
So,
about
See,
Sam,
it's
who's yours?
interesting with YouTube because I came late to the party with YouTube, sort of mid to late 2010s, and I'm it's a bit out there, completely different to what I do generally, but there's this channel called Watch Mojo, which does these lists of movies, songs, TV shows, and all that. And I remember watching it for the first time, and it was a top 10 list of the best albums, the metal albums of the 2000s or something. And instantly I got hooked with it because there was Linkin Park on there was Disturbed, there was Korn, all these
Mhm.
bands, and I'm just like, I might subscribe to it, and now at least once a week I'd watch it, and I spend way too much time on YouTube as it is before I get to watching other YouTube channels.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What was your first?
like YouTube channel?
Yeah, that you watched.
Nah, man, I don't remember. But I know as far as like music goes, I loved KMac 2021.
Oh yeah.
Do you know KMac 2021?
Yeah, he streams games on Twitch now.
Does he really?
I think so, yeah.
I had no idea. I just thought it was a old dead YouTube channel that I constantly watched the old videos from.
Mm.
But I guess too what was popular was like Jared Dines and stuff. He was big. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. All those guys came after Rob Chapman started.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely they did. I used to watch like a lot of hiking videos and stuff. Actually, when things are ever get intense,
Mm.
all we have to do, like if there's a deep band chat happening and I'm
Yeah.
speaking gibberish,
Uh-huh.
you just go, oh man, look at this video. I saw
Of
this the other
hiking.
day. No. It's just if I have a video of a man
Uh-huh.
with like a dog by his side,
Uh-huh.
and he's building
Yeah.
like a cabin out of pallets
Yeah.
on like his private property or
Uh-huh.
something,
Uh-huh.
and there's no speaking. It's just like ASMR, him like sawing shit, nailing shit, and the dog just sitting there like
Okay.
almost in a wheelbarrow.
All right.
I will just.
Okay. All right.
That's it. That's
Perfect.
That's the peak video.
Yeah.
And you just see the whole sky is changing because they're doing like the time lapse
Yeah.
vid.
Yeah.
I've just seen his whole day in 30 minutes, man.
That's great.
I'm 30 minutes closer to not building my own log cabin out of pallets.
Yeah. All right.
You reckon we could do it?
Probably.
I reckon if I had any mate that would help me build a log cabin out of shitty pallets, it would be you.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Anyway, moving on.
fuck, have we been talking that long? I felt like we only just started.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Like all interviews, they go by in a flash and you think, oh, it's only been 10 minutes. Nah, it's been like way longer than that.
A long time.
I interviewed 51st Avenue and they spoke about Lincoln Park and building pallet houses.
Yeah.
That's got to go in the context of tomorrow. Like in the description, it's like, we talked about Lincoln Park and building pallet houses.
Perfect. That's great.
It is great. That's us.
Yeah.
Well, I've only got probably one more, maybe two more questions, and probably the two obvious ones to leave to last. Firstly, is where do you see the band in 5 years' time? And then what advice would you give to bands and artists starting out?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, which question are you struggling on?
No, it's not really a struggle. It's just, where do we see 51st Avenue in 5 years? Um,
Let's start easy things. Album?
yeah.
International opener or two?
Yeah, like these are all things that are nice that we would like to have. But I think if you sort of take away all the goals and where would we like to see 51st Avenue is still performing
Yeah,
at the end of the day. We're not we're not in it for fame and fortune and all the rest of it. We do it because we enjoy it.
we do.
And, being on stage is the first place that we want to be. And so, as long as we can still perform on stage, regardless of the size, regardless of the room, regardless if there's 1 or 1,000 people there, that's where we want to be. And so, that's where we will be in 5 years' time.
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely agree with that. I think too, building on our community and like our own little world, whatever comes from that, that's part of it too. But exactly as Ash said, and really that kind of leads into the next answer anyway, right? Because
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, like that sort of mentality, I think is what we probably what I'd probably tell any up and coming band or band starting out. It's like you've got all these different dynamics just in the band itself, and then there's the vicinity around the band, like producers, uh, a lovely performance coach,
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah. Coach.
you know, and then the dynamics from all the bands that you're playing with and you're supporting with each other is a whole bunch of different things to navigate. But having that mentality of remembering what you want to do, like I think if anyone, especially in our scene, even the slightest bit alternative scene, if they were getting into it, being like, "Oh man, we're going to be rock stars and we're going to be rich and famous and we're going to see the world." Like that's really probably that's a great mentality, sure, but it's probably not the healthiest mentality.
It's probably a great goal to have,
Yeah,
but it can't be the sheer focus.
it cannot be, no
Yeah.
way. And just I feel like those bands that can even if they don't get it right at the start because they might be answering a Facebook ad, being open to learning to love their peers and constantly having respect for their peers,
Mm.
because four different dynamics or five different dynamics or fucking nine with friggin' Slipknot or whatever, imagine that. You've got all those different people to respect, but you still got to be respected, and everybody needs to value everyone's opinion, and everyone is equal. And like Ali has a kid, I've got kids. I trust fully, without ever thinking about it, that Ash and Scott, when maybe there's a message on our Instagram or our email and they've been the first to read it, when they present it to the rest of us, just the level of friendship that we all have and the level of respect for each other, we've already thought about the other three members before we present it. And I mean, sure, like we're at the level we are, and there's plenty to go. But we've seen bands come and go too. I wonder how many of those ones that have gone are maybe limited by that sort of stuff, or maybe limited financially. And even financially, it still comes back to that same thing about remembering kind of why you're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's it's a hobby. It's everyone's hobby. Like people that I don't know anyone that learned drums or learned guitar to make money. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe someone's dad or mum made them learn clarinet so they could be in the city's orchestra or something.
Mm.
But I don't know if anyone did that for guitar. It was more like really for the love of it and the
Yeah.
fluff.
I suppose to summarize, it's, just do it and don't hold back. And the friends you make are friends for life, because if you do have a number one single, it's number one for like a day or a week. But, the friends you make along the way will never leave you.
Absolutely. And I've made countless friends through the local scene here, like including 51st Avenue, but bands not just here in Melbourne, but all around Australia. And without doing this sort of stuff, our paths probably wouldn't have crossed.
Mm.
And I'm so glad they have, because, yeah, I've found great friends and people that really have become close friends, and
Yeah.
it's special. And I mean, none of this ego bullshit in the scene. Like, I don't know, like, I know some bands and some people in bands are confident and do have their way of going about things, but if you're cocky, in it for the wrong reasons, thinking you're going to be an overnight success, it's not really the way to go, I don't think, anyway.
No, and I actually haven't seen that type of attitude um in a long time. I mean, I haven't been playing in bands for very long, and I can't say that I've actually seen that in my time in bands ever. I
Mm.
obviously know that it exists from stories that I've heard, but I've never personally seen it, which is great, I think.
And I've never experienced it either interviewing bands or approaching bands at gigs. I've never found anyone to be the, oh, don't stuff you, I don't want to talk to you sort of thing. It's sort of been the complete opposite, where people have been more than willing to chat, and sometimes I don't even have to go up to them. They already sort of
Yeah.
know who I am.
Hmm. Maybe it's just a hangover of the 80s and 90s, you know? That's probably what it is.
Probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you're right about those two questions do sort of lead into the same answer. That's sort of why I left them till last.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a big thing. Like there's there's a whole bunch of levels to it, right? Like not just the egos and the respect for each other, like financial respect for each other. I wouldn't be surprised if you told me that 50% of it's funny the stat works both ways. If you told me that 70% of local bands fizzled out because of finances, I'd say like, oh yeah. And then if you told me 70% of bands fizzled out because of people not agreeing with each other, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, right. But yeah, I don't feel like we have that problem really.
No. But we do a lot behind the scenes too, that helps with like the finance side of things. So like our Twitch, we run a lot of donation stuff on Twitch that really helps out.
Yeah.
We have other sort of side businesses that are run technically by the band, to help generate revenue. And so that's what we do. We sort of donate our time, um, to earn money rather than having to take it out of our paychecks, which really, really helps.
Yeah, yeah, because it's all about like what's worth it, right?
Mm.
And it's worth our extra time because we love doing this so much.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if there was a band member that was like, I can't be stuffed putting sacrificing 2 hours of my week or however long of my week to put up with this while
Mm.
everyone else is sacrificing. I don't know how much that
Yeah. But it all
how
comes back,
sustainable it is.
it comes back to like that respect of time too. Like Scott and I don't have families and don't have kids. And so like, we're very, very aware that, Anthony and Ali don't have the same level of time that we do. And so, we are able to do those extra sort of things for the band to keep the
Mm,
band running, and we're okay with that, like that's what it is because we can't do this without each other. And so, um,
no, that's right.
yeah, that's what it is.
Like being able to be honest with yourself so that you could be honest with the others in the band too. Like just admitting, like, oh, dudes, I'm struggling with this. Can
Mm.
I get a hand? That those conversations happen. Like even preparing for a gig, you never know.
Weekly. Those conversations happen weekly.
Weekly, well, yeah,
Yeah.
could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like it's funny because Ash being in the band so many years before I joined, I listened to 51st whenever he would show me like a new song. I'm like, oh, sick, that's cool, man, that's cool. I would have never thought about all the stuff behind the scenes that goes, and it is a lot, but I feel that it's all worth it, right? So it's no sweat off my back. But if yeah, I imagine other bands just starting off, that might that workload might come as a shock to some, and then just being honest with each other about that workload, that would probably ensure some longevity.
Yeah.
Certainly would. Oh, all right. Well, we've had one question already from Ash. Did Anthony or Ash? You can ask another question. I'm not fussed as well.
Oh, do you have a question for Sam?
I had it.
And then?
I probably got distracted with my own ramblings. Sam, do you play any instruments?
No, I don't play any instruments.
All right, so this is I don't know if this is too deep or not deep enough. Then, as someone who doesn't play any instruments, what has driven you to be so embedded in the scene?
It's not too deep, but I love the question because it hasn't been asked all that often. But what drives me to be embedded in the scene? I think the fact that, well, I don't want to bring it up, but COVID was something that really embedded me wanting to drive to be helpful and supporting and promoting the scene because at that time, a lot of friends that were in bands had only just started out, and then COVID came along, obviously.
Mhm.
And I said, they're just like, all right, would you be able to promote or support us? And I said, absolutely. So I'd start sharing the music, streaming it, doing all that. And then it got to me that there was a message posted during COVID by someone who I respect a whole heap and probably one of the biggest supporters, if not the biggest supporters in the scene, both here in Victoria and Australia. Steve Canatelli put a message up on Facebook
Yep.
about doing what we should all be doing and getting out there and showing bands that you love their music, share it, tag them, and all that. And it started as one message to a band, and I said, if that band responds, that means as much to me. And then it just became just a given that I'm like, all right, from this day forward, I'm going to do what I can to promote and support this scene.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah. And Coach Steve has been probably the biggest supporter of the local Australian scene that I know.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a gem. There's no better word.
that's right.
Yeah. It's
We,
amazing how many fans, like Oz wide,
mm,
would have no idea about his
who he is.
how much they owe him.
Yeah. We actually have a card floating around our headquarters of number one coach. We've had it there for 2 years and we've tried to send it to him, and every single time we just get sidetracked.
We gotta bring it with us to Melbourne.
We do. We do. We need to find it now and we need to bring it with us to Melbourne because it is probably almost 3 years overdue now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really like that question, Anthony, and I think a lot of people don't realize what started this journey because a lot of people just said, "Oh, did you just think one day, all right, check out some local bands?" But it's sort of been building for the last 4 to 5 years, especially during that first year of COVID, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing a great service.
Mm.
Definitely. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
And I'll keep supporting 51st Avenue as I do with all the bands I interview. I generally go and listen to their music as much or more than before the interview. So I think don't be surprised if Self Sabotage goes up a fair bit over the coming days. You'll be like, it's Sam, isn't it? Yep.
Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. Well, let's give you a live update on where we're sitting at right now.
And when the EP as a whole doesn't rise so much, we'll be asking,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Well, that's also, some news that we haven't publicly yet published. We've published it to our Twitch, but well, I don't think we've published it
you
publicly.
said it before.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're releasing an EP. It's coming out later. Hopefully, fingers crossed, later this year. 5 tracks. Yeah, expect very more of the same as Self Sabotage, I suppose.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah.
better for some, maybe not as good for some.
Yeah. So as of right now, 9:44 on what's today? Tuesday? Yeah.
Yeah,
13,300.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's more than 2,000 views, streams a day at the moment.
The stat that Ash looked at, it's kind of like, I think, is it a day ahead or 2 days ahead?
It's 2 days ahead of what comes up on Spotify itself, yeah. But that's the live tracking. So we get live tracking for the first 7 days of the release, and then it goes back to its 1 day, 2 day lag, whatever it is. But yeah, 13,300, which you're incredibly correct. It's just over 2,000 streams a day. Um, it's actually probably getting pretty close to 3,000 streams a day.
Yeah, it's getting very close, actually.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, which is that whole one listen per 45 seconds craziness that we were talking about before. It's yeah, we've never experienced a track like this. This is definitely a first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it usually the last track that we had that was massive, I'm pretty sure hit 5,000 streams in the first week. Um, and yeah, we hit 5,000 streams on day 2. So it's been insane.
Super grateful.
Yeah.
So if you have not listened to Self Sabotage or any of 51st Avenue before this interview, go stream it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Check it now because you want to be the first to say, oh, I knew them when they were small,
you.
before they were famous.
Oh, well, there's a couple of countdowns coming up and later in the year. It's going to be interesting to see where Self Sabotage appears in them because there's one in September and then there's the yearly end of year countdown that both 51st Avenue will feature in. It's not going to be the easiest year to pick a countdown 2026 if anything's to go by what the first half has been like.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. That's for sure.
That's yeah. I reckon I missed bands on that post that I put up. All the bands that have released new music so far. That's probably 20 bands I missed, and it's like trying to name them all. Be there forever, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, way there's one negative to every interview, and it's the end because I don't like ending a chat.
No.
Unfortunately, it has to happen at some stage, obviously, because as much as I'd love to sit here for the next 4 hours and chat, I think it's nearly 10 o'clock on a weeknight.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you've got to drive back to Anthony as well, it's how far's your place from Ashes?
Oh,
Is it?
maybe half hour tonight.
I think
Oh
so, yeah.
shit! Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
minutes, but my
Yeah.
question is like, do I put on architects or do I put on hybrid theory? Or the other thing that came up that we didn't speak about so much was, do I drive home to the sickness? I haven't listened to that in a long time. But no, but the sickness was great, but I think I liked Believe better. Do I drive home to Believe? And then I'll probably like it won't be any of those bands. It'll be something different. I'll probably go home listening to Sarah
The
Bareilles
Wiggles.
or the Wiggles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the potatoes aren't gonna mash themselves.
Or Elephant, like they did the Tame Impala cover.
Yeah,
Not
Yeah.
Elephant. Was it Elephant?
yeah, I
Wait.
think so,
Yeah, it
right?
was,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was. Sorry, I thought I had my Tame Impala songs mixed up then.
Yeah.
They're gurus with their social media.
Mm. Oh, they're huge in the States. They have been for can't remember how long, but
No, they're masters.
Yeah.
How much is the local Australian rock scene, metal scene influenced accidentally by the Wiggles?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. That's another gig we regret not seeing is the over 18 Wiggles shows.
I don't know, man.
Didn't want to go.
The only gig that I regret seeing was CKY.
Regret not seeing
Yeah.
CKY.
Yeah. I was there
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
walked away because I think Bam was singing.
Answer can
Yeah.
be found. That was a good album too. Not
It
with
was.
99 Bitter Feelings. Was the
Quite
album
a bit of
after?
beings.
Yeah. What's the album after that song?
Search, Infiltrate, Destroy, whatever it is.
No,
No,
after that, An Answer Can Be Found.
maybe, yeah. I don't.
Is that the name of the album or the name of the song?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I'll go listen to on the way home.
There you go.
That was great.
But yeah, Ash, Anthony from 51st Avenue, I've had a ball. You can watch back and see how much I pick my nose or scratch my head through the interview.
Probably us too.
I always pick apart when I watch it back before I publish it. I'm like, why do I keep scratching my nose through the interview or keep looking down at the table?
Yeah,
Because it's so natural.
exactly.
But fuck, that felt about 10 minutes, not 2 hours. Not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I'd have 51st Avenue back on anytime. I've loved this as much as every other interview I've done. So
Yeah, well, we'll have to have a chat a bit later in the year after some things that we're allowed to talk about, we can talk about, because there's lots of exciting stuff happening behind the
There
scenes.
is, yeah.
well, I'd have you back on in a heartbeat. But yeah, later in the year, obviously, when there's a bit more happening, obviously.
Yeah,
Sounds good,
definitely.
Sam. Sounds good.
And who knows, I might even see you on Sunday night. I'll see how I pull up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I've got to come
If
back
you
to
don't come
Melbourne
on Sunday, you know you'll be needed in July, right?
Yeah.
Plug.
Otherwise, not that these skinny arms will do much damage, but you know.
Oh, all right, Ash, Anthony,
All right.
51st Avenue. It's been a pleasure
you.
as always. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night and
You
enjoy
too.
listening to the Wiggles on the way back, Anthony.
Yep. Sounds good.
And we'll stay in touch.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
Sam. Thank you. Thanks
No
for having
worries.
us.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
See ya.
See ya.